Hafa and welcome to Weekend Edition. I'm Carmen Victoria Turlai. So glad you could join us. In light of recent events involving criminal sexual conduct, the Paul Mofnis Jr. case, and the fact that a majority of all rape cases reported last year involved Guam's children as victims, one lawmaker has had enough. As Sabrina Salas Matanani reports, that senator is calling all stakeholders to the table to get some answers and work on solutions.
It's clear that Senator Therese Terlahi has had enough.
I think I'm turning my anger into work, and I'm going to work my hardest because I am very angry, and I do not think that it's the burden on our children to have to come up and talk about these things, and it's not the burden of our victims, our survivors, that they're going to lead our government. I think the burden is on us. We are the elected leaders, and we should help move heaven and earth and stop harm, especially to our children.
Just this past week, organizations like the Guam Family Justice Center Alliance organized a walkout to take a stand against sexual assault violence in our community. It was also a means to send a message to elected leaders to wake up. Monique Baza is a member of the alliance and survivor of sexual assault.
If we have to stand side by side with each other, and the only time we're going to get any attention is if we're big in numbers, then we have to do it, because it's the only way that people's voices are going to get heard, and that the administration and lawmakers can see how these current events, especially dealing with our children being victimized and violated the way they are, it's the only way that they're going to see that this is a concern for us. Then we have to band together to do it.
Hundreds of people across the island stood in solidarity with the word enough on their palms. The walkout was organized after multiple reported cases of criminal sexual conduct, many involving minors. One of those cases involved Paul Mofnis Jr. He recently pleaded not guilty in the Superior Court for the rape and kidnapping of a 10-year-old girl in Tamuning that occurred on April 11th. But that wasn't his first alleged victim. Mofnis was convicted in May 1999 for kidnapping and raping 4 teenage girls. The Guam Parole Board granted him early release from his parole last year. In the most recent case, court documents stated he had an addiction to sexually abusing little girls, one he could not resist.
I'm a mother of 3 kids. It angers me, and of course it's heartbreaking, and I feel for these victims that they now have the work of moving our government, and that's not their work, that's our work. And so, I'm very sorry that happened, and we're going to do our best, and I'm going to do my best, that's for sure. And I'm hoping I'm going to get the support of all my colleagues and all the judiciary and every other stakeholder in this community, that we all do our part, and we're going to close those gaps.
Senator Terlahi is bringing together members of the judiciary, mental health professionals, members from the Guam Bar Association, the AG's office, the Public Defenders Corporation, the Department of Corrections, and the Parole Board.
What I really want to focus on is the gaps, because obviously there are gaps, and these gaps are plaguing our community. We thought that they had made sentencing stricter, but we still see that the convicted felons are getting out early, and they are getting out on parole. And so we just want to know if there really is treatment for sexual offenders, especially repeat sexual offenders, because if there's not, then there is no reason at all that they should be getting out. And so that's what we really want to get to. Why are they getting out if there is no such treatment in our community at this time? And so I just want everybody to get onto the same page with that, and so that if there's a gap in the law, we can fix that. If there's no gap in the law, and it's really a gap of how they're implementing the laws, then I think that should be put on the table, and we do what we can to fix that also.
The roundtable is scheduled for Monday, May 6th at 1 p.m. at the Guam Congress Building. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Sabrina Salas Matanani.
The chief economist of Guam's largest bank says he supports Senator Josen Augustine's proposed $1 increase in the minimum wage. Speaking on the sidelines of the Bank of Guam's Spring Economic Forum, the Executive Vice President Joe Bradley disagrees with the Chamber of Commerce's position that it will hurt small business.
In the impacts of increasing the minimum wage, and the fear that it's going to create unemployment is unfounded. The career that it's going to raise prices is by and large unfounded. I think that a lot of the increase in prices is due more to demand pull inflation, as people who spend all of their income get more of it to spend, rather than cost push inflation, because for most businesses the wage bill is a very small proportion of their overall cost of operations.
He says wage impact might be a bit more for the service industry, but for most businesses, it's minimal. Senator St. Augustine is still seeking input on the proposed increase to $9.25, which he is proposing to take effect by January of next year. From putting out grass fires to catching illegal hunters and poachers, the Department of Agriculture is working hard to protect our island's resources. Here's more.
With Guam in fire season, the Forestry Division at the Department of Agriculture has been busy. According to Director Chelsea Munyabrecht, since January of this year, the division, along with the fire prevention program, has fought 42 fires.
That's 42 fires that have happened since January that they were able to intervene and stop. There's actually been over 127 total fires that have been caught by satellite imagery, but most of those have gone either unreported or inaccessible.
Those fires devastating much of the southern part of the island.
There's been several thousands of acres of our island that have burned that we've not been able to stop.
Munyabrecht says the number one most important thing the community can do is if they see suspicious activity or behavior, say something and report it to the proper authorities.
These are not hunters, because hunters are people who respect our land and respect our culture and respect the island. Poachers don't. And poachers set these fires so that the grass will, be fresh and they can come and shoot the deer.
She adds the fires don't just impact the land.
They impact the soil, the microbes in the soil. They impact our oceans, our fish population. They destroy our coral reefs. And they cause all this sedimentation that runs off into our rivers and then out into our ocean. So it's much more of just, they're burning because they want to catch deer. They're destroying our land and destroying our oceans and destroying our reefs. And that's the impact that affects all of us.
As a proud director, Munyabrecht praises her forestry division for the incredible work that they have done and continue to do, despite not getting overtime or hazardous pay, which wasn't budgeted for, but she's hoping to include in fiscal year 2020.
Put their lives at risk, protecting our resources that they're not getting paid for. And then when they're not fighting these fires, they're patrolling looking for the fires. And that's how we know that they're the first responders, because they're out looking for the fires and are the first ones on the scene when they identify them. And then when it's the wet season, they're out reforesting these areas by planting new trees so that it holds the soil together and protects our resources.
Since taking the helm at the Department of Agriculture, she wanted to pass along the following to the island community.
That your Department of Agriculture is absolutely phenomenal, and that we are working really hard in many ways that people are not aware of, but it will be my job to make sure that everyone in our community is aware of all the work that's being done through this department and how we are working to manage and protect Guam's resources.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jonah Gancharfris.
The Guam Election Commission is already preparing for another election, an election for the Retirement Fund Board of Trustees, that is. GEC Executive Director Maria Pangilinan.
For the Government of Guam Retirement Fund Board of Trustees election, the retirees of the Government of Guam can vote for offices 1 and 2, and active members can vote for offices 3 and 4. And it's coming up June 22nd, 2019. Sample ballots have been prepared, and you can view them on our website at gec.guam.gov. We will have homebound voting services. We will also receive applications for those that are off island, should they wish to vote for the Government of Guam Retirement Fund.
According to the sample ballot, running under the active member category are Artemio Hernandez and Thomas St. Augustine. Under the retiree member category are Wilfred Leon Guerrero and George Santos. 2 seats are open in both categories. The election will be held at the Retirement Fund building in Maiti on June 22nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This year, the annual Congressional Art Competition was dedicated to autism awareness. Jonah Gancharfris has more on why the theme is so meaningful and the special presentation made to autism community together.
On Monday, Congressman Michael Nicholas took center stage at the Agana Shopping Center to recognize the efforts of autism community together and what has been placed on the congressional record.
Madam Speaker, I rise today to recognize Guam's Autism Community Together, ACT or ACT, as they celebrate their 12th annual Autism Awareness Fair, appropriately themed Get Your Blue on Guam, Support Autism. During Autism Awareness Month, ACT and organizations across the country work together to provide every individual with autism spectrum disorder with the opportunity to achieve the highest possible quality of life. This year, ACT and their partners want to do more than just promote autism awareness. They want to motivate friends and collaborators to become active partners in the movement towards acceptance and appreciation.
As a parent of an autistic child, Nicholas is aware of the impacts autism has on parents and families.
It is imperative that the whole community becomes involved. Although much has been accomplished, much more remains to be done to raise worldwide awareness of these issues.
For his first term, Nicholas dedicated the 2019 Congressional Art Competition to autism awareness with the theme Color My World Blue. The week-long competition, which closed on Friday, was open to all high school students.
I think a lot of us here can relate to why blue is a color that matters in the autism spectrum. I always asked Caleb when he was growing up, I would ask him, what do you want for your birthday or what do you want for Christmas? And all he would say is blue.
The winning artwork will be displayed for the duration of the exhibition in the Cannon Tunnel of the United States Capitol Building in Washington, D.C. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jonah Goncharfris.
And if you haven't watched Joan's amazing KUAM News special, Putting the Pieces Together, which shares the challenges parents and families face raising a child with autism, you can watch it right now by heading over to our YouTube. Well, stay tuned. Trendspotting is coming up next.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
A simple handshake. That's all Jake Calvo needed when he started his company. Today, 80 years later, we like to say thank you to all of you who have taken our hand in trust. Thank you to the dreamers. Thank you to the realists. Thank you to the family-oriented. Thank you to the entrepreneurial. Thank you to those climbing the corporate ladder. And to the ones starting a new life together. Thank you to the traditionalists and the edgy. To the young at heart and the old souls. Thank you to the daring, to the protective, to the practical. Thank you to the hopeful. To all of you from all of us, our deepest, happiest, and infinite thanks.
80 years here for you. 80 years thanks to you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
Looking for a great deal on a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram? Then get to Cars Plus in Mighty now for our spring sales event. Like a new Jeep Compass Sport, $166 per paycheck. Or a new Chrysler Pacifica LX, $220 per paycheck. Or save $8,500 on a new Ram 1500. How about a new Jeep Wrangler Sport? Only $274 per paycheck. Low 1.99% financing is available on approved credit. Save thousands during our spring sales event going on now at Cars Plus in Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
You don't need to go anywhere else to get your news.
One and done.
You don't need to go anywhere else to get your music and entertainment.
One and done.
Oh, and social media? Yeah, we got you.
One and done.
KUAM Communications on multiple platforms from any device. It's your source to go to, connecting Guamanians all over the world with home.
One and done.
Hey everybody, I'm Serena Salas-Matanani.
Chris Barnett, and join us every last Monday of the month for the after party.
Where we talk about news and views.
Party!
The Good Life, all month long on the stations and networks of KUAM. Check the KUAM News app or KUAM.com for all program listings.
Hey everyone, I'm Asha Robles, and here's what happened this week on Trend Spotting. GPD is searching out to the community to help find 3 people who are wanted for questioning in connection to a rash of robberies and thefts. The 3 individuals are considered armed and dangerous and should not be approached. 36-year-old William Yamnang, his last known address is Jose Soto Street in Jotnya, but is known to frequently visit Maritzo. 40-year-old Xavier Tatautau, his last known address is also Jose Soto Street in Jotnya, but is known to frequently visit the Agate area. And 26-year-old Joanna Babauta, her last known address is also Jose Soto Street in Jotnya. Though the issue is a serious matter, the online community couldn't help but make light of the 3 individuals' mugshots. Here are some of their comments and memes. Police spokesperson Paul Tapau asked that if you have any information about these individuals to call GPD dispatchers at 472-8911 or 475-8615 or 911. Following up with the Level 1 sex offender Paul Mofnis Jr.'s case, he appeared in the Superior Court of Guam this week for his arraignment hearing and pleaded not guilty. To recap, Mofnis is accused of kidnapping a 10-year-old girl walking to her bus stop in Tamuning on April 11th. He allegedly lured her into his car, took her to an abandoned parking lot across the street from McDonald's in Tamuning, pulled out a gun, and raped her. According to court documents, he stated that he had an addiction to sexually abusing little girls. It was something he could not resist. Our community online went crazy over the news. Rosalie expressed how if she were a judge, she would not take any chances on this case, stating, "I put him in jail and throw the key away. This guy deserves to do his time." And Jason said, "You're sick for having these thoughts, but evil for acting on these urges." One household was in for quite a scare as a parachute landed on top of their house in Barragata. Units from the Guam Fire Department responded to the possible skydiving incident, but they didn't find anyone. Joint Region Marianas confirms that as part of a routine training operations at the Naval Base Guam Drop Zone, a jumper apparently deployed his reserve parachute. Some of our Instagram followers were relieved to hear that no injuries were reported and that there were no damages to the home.
If you get nervous about having dental treatment, you're not alone. An estimated 35 million adults experience anxiety or nervousness at the simple thought of visiting the dentist. As your dentist, I strive to make your visit as painless or pain-free as possible. And I frequently tell my patients that in the 21st century, if we can give you medicines to put your tooth to sleep or medicines to take an infection or toothache away, we can surely give you something to help relax you and take all fear away. No one ought to sit in a dental chair thinking of bad childhood memories or fearing injections. If you're a dental coward, but you really do want your teeth fixed, don't wait until the pain is killing you. Come in, tell us your fears, and set up an appointment. We have convinced many that dental treatment doesn't need to be scary anymore. For your helpful dental minute, I'm Dr. Kenny Bourgeois of Paradise Smiles. You shall never know all the good a simple smile can do.
for a great deal on a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram? Then get to Cars Plus in Mighty now for our spring sales event, like a new Jeep Compass Sport, $166 per paycheck, or a new Chrysler Pacifica LX, $220 per paycheck, or save $8,500 on a new Ram 1500. How about a new Jeep Wrangler Sport, only $274 per paycheck? Low 1.99% financing is available on approved credit. Save thousands during our spring sales event going on now at Cars Plus in Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
To celebrate the selfless and hard-working moms and all they've done, this May, KUAM Communications is treating one worthy mom in our community to a special day of pampering and transformation inside and out. They'll receive the ultimate rejuvenative day with self-care, a beauty makeover, hairstyling, wardrobe, and life coaching session with our glam gurus. The winner's day of transformation will culminate in a dinner with family to reveal their new look. This special day will be filmed for a special feature to air on the stations and digital media of KUAM Communications. Enter your mom by sending a DM or message to the KUAM News Facebook or Instagram page explaining why your mom deserves this special makeover, or you can email us at promotions@kuam.com. Be sure to include a photo or video of your mom as well as your contact info. Deadline to enter is May 3rd, and our winner will be announced just in time for Mother's Day.
It comes only once a week, and you never know what type of brie mix she'll have in store for you.
This, by far, is one of the toughest workouts I have ever done.
From adventures to instructional segments and even an occasional showcase of her hidden talents. In the mix is that weekly dose of fun during the time of the week when you need it most. So take a breather and join Sabrina every Thursday on KUAM TV and streaming anytime on our digital platform.
Watch Health Check with Nurse Jen Artero every Tuesday for community health information, advisories, and news you and your family can use for leading a healthier lifestyle. Health Check during KUAM News Healthy Living. Health Check with Nurse Jen is presented by Island Cancer Center.
The Guam Police Department is seeking the help from the community relative to 3 people wanted for questioning for a rash of robberies and theft-related offenses. William Yamnang is also known as Billy Yam Yam and is a 36-year-old male Guamanian. His last known address is Jose Sudo Street in Jonia, but he's known to frequent Maritzo. He's considered armed and dangerous and should not be approached. Xavier Anderson Tatautau is a 40-year-old male Guamanian. His last known address is also Jose Sudo Street in Jonia, but he's known to frequent the Agate area. He is also armed and dangerous and should not be approached. Johanna Elena Paulino Babauta is a 26-year-old female Guamanian. Her last known address is also Jose Sudo Street in Jonia. Now, the community is advised that should any of the wanted people are spotted, please contact GPD dispatchers at 472-8911 or 475-8615-7 or just dial 911. Information can be submitted anonymously through the Crime Stoppers 24-hour hotline at 477-HELP or online at guam.crimestoppersweb.com. All calls remain completely confidential, and a cash reward of up to $1,000 could be paid if information leads to an arrest and a grand jury indictment.
Introducing Triple J's Online Shopper, the new, faster, easier way to purchase your next vehicle.
Explore hundreds of new and used vehicles in full 360-degree view. Get pre-approved instantly from the comfort of your home or office. Personalize your own finance terms and get top market value on your trade-in in just a few quick, easy steps. Buy with confidence from start to signature, and we'll even go the extra mile to deliver your vehicle to your home or office. Have a question? Our sales team is just a chat away for instant assistance. Click, pick, drive. Complete the entire car buying process with Triple J's online shopper and purchase your next vehicle at triplejguam.com today.
Can I just get a ride back?
Start your day the KUAM way with our new streaming shows on Facebook Live each weekday. Here's your starting lineup. Mondays will give you a glimpse into our morning meetings with the KUAM news team. Tuesdays, join our group chat with Chris Barnett. Wednesdays, it's crime time with the island's law enforcers. Thursdays, get the latest info with Dave Delgado, who's in the zone. And Fridays, we get Fit AF. Fitness and fun. And the best part, all our shows are completely interactive, so you're directly part of the conversation. Join us Monday through Friday starting at 9 a.m. Start your day the KUAM way.
Join us in saluting those making strides and serving in our armed forces every Tuesday on the KUAM News Instagram account. These weekly posts round up profiles of Guamanians receiving accolades in the armed forces, those stationed on Guam making a difference in our community, and veterans being recognized for their service. Presented by Future Smiles Orthodontics. Build a brighter future with a brighter smile.
You may have noticed recently that KUAM Communications is going beyond broadcast and cross-platform, giving you original digital content on every social media and digital platform. From original news mini-docs to supplementary features, sponsored content, and original shows and live streaming. We're changing the media game and providing something for everyone.